is
Stevie.
Hey.
Well, salutations, friends. It's your pal, said Stevie. And, yeah, for the first time in a while, I'm back at the Big Four Ice Caves Trail. Yeah. It has been quite some time since I was last out here. At least probably 6-7 months, maybe. Definitely since summertime. Just reopened access to out here. So I figured I'd take a little stroll. Always a good reminder that ice caves can kill. Nothing new here for me, at least. I have been out here a bunch of times. Brought you guys along with me. So begins the journey. This is always one of my favorite views. Yeah, there's a blue jay. A couple of them. Walking across the boggy marsh here. When you first get a look at the north face of Big Four Mountain. That is pointing west, obviously. It's going to be sundown. It is 18:28, almost 29, on Monday, Cinco de Mayo. And I just got a little bored sitting at home this evening and figured, what the hell? Let's go for it. Sundown is approximately 20:15. So I have, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours-ish before the sun really starts going down. And it'll be dark by 8:30 at that point. So, yeah. Love this scenery. Still a little bit of snow, not much. This place can get like 3-4 feet of snow during the thick of winter. Still some up in here, but the ice cave itself is you can start to see it. It's right over there. Got my P&W Funworks walking stick with me. Just a backpack with a couple of no real big necessities. This isn't much of a don't need to bring a lot with me out here. And it was almost 70 degrees today. It's warm. Was warm, so I'm in shorts and just a t-shirt. Shout out to Loot, 10 Techs, and New Breed EDC. But it's a little chilly out here now. I think it's about 64 degrees. So this is the infamous spot where I met Carl. Yep. This is where I first met that mofo. I was taking NAF pictures, and he was taking pictures of birds. This pond is filled a lot higher than it typically is than the last time I was out here. You can hear the frogs. And sometimes you see some otters out here, actually, believe it or not. And then the fruit bats are going to be out here big time. But I love how you can see the clear reflection. Love that about this spot. Everything's pretty pristine out here. Here's an about face, looking north into the Cascades, North Cascades as it were. I don't know if my camera is picking it up, but I think before I go too far, but there are tons of skeeters out right now. So I am going to put in some of my, never mind the label, it's all gobbledygooked up from riding with me for quite some time, but I'm going to apply a little bit of citronella oil to help try to keep them pesky skeeters at bay. So I'll pull a little bit in the beard, over the arms, behind the ears and on the neck. And you know what? That's really all it takes. A little dab will do ya. So if you want to keep them pesky skeeters at bay, hit up EDC Roundtable, said Stevie Beard Oil, Citronella. Just talking to these ladies, and they said there's a nice breeze up at the top, and the mosquitoes aren't that bad. But they agree that heading back down this way, it's pretty buggy. So I think that was a good call. Where you at, frogs? You got a lily pad to be chilling on? There's gotta be one like right here. Where you at, Froggy? Oh, you down in the grass? Where you at, Froggy? Ribbit, 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 ribbit. You don't say. Alright. I don't think the frogs are going to reveal themselves. Yeah, this is like... Oh, really? Really? Okay. And you know what? I think I said otter earlier. Yeah, that's what I said. Ribbit. But I meant beaver. And I think that's part of an old beaver dam. Chatty freaking Cathy's, these frogs are. Caught another couple just past me heading up the trail. Looks like they added the extreme avalanche danger at Ice Caves Basin sign to the rest of the signage here. This goes back to the other parking area, as it were. Looks like there are some fresh trees down. Toby Exo Schilt? I don't know what that means, but alright. They close all this off for winter maintenance. This is one of my favorite little scenic spots right here. This little boggy area. Alright. More people coming. So, for those of you that have seen it, it wasn't something I shared publicly. This is where I found the mysterious white substance that one time. And this is the tree that I hid it in. No. This was the tree, the stump that I hid it in. Right here. I found that bag of white powder. And then tucked it up in the tree. I have hidden it. I don't know why. I'm just going to hide it right there, though. No one will probably ever know. Came back several days later, and it was gone. Someone done found it, likely smoked it, or snorted it. Fucking druggos.
Fucking drugger.
Again, they don't want you to fuck around and find out when you're out here. I know I said I was going to put the camera away, but here I am. This is where they rebuilt this bridge a couple years ago. God, you know, I'm realizing I don't think I've been out here since I was out here with work-life balance. But up until, I think 2 years ago, this bridge only went halfway across the river. It had gotten washed out during one of the huge floods we had out here. And, so you weren't able to go up there very often. Or for probably 6 years. But it's 2 years now since they rebuilt all this. And I'm going to have to do some maintenance check. I filmed out here at one point. I want to say it was one of these bolts were loose. Like extremely loose. So it'd be nice to know that they've done maintenance on the... I'm not seeing where the bolts are. Aha, I think it's right up here. I think it was most likely this one. Yes, and it looks like a fresh nut, actually. So that's good news. They've done maintenance on the bridge. Because, yeah, maybe I'll be able to reference it with a previous video card. But, no, haha, here it is. They didn't do any maintenance. There it is. No maintenance on this bridge. No one's checking this shit, man. I should point that out to someone. I'd say the river seems about normal for this time of year. It never gets too rapid through here, and you can, the way you used to, when the bridge stopped like right here, you'd be able to walk across there to get up and around if you wanted. But this is pure mountain snow runoff. This is Still River, by the way. So yeah, not to get repetitive with my ramblings, it's just that this is a very accessible spot for me. So it's an easy one to get to. Nope, said Stevie sticker is no longer, well, there's someone took that off. Jerks. So yeah, all right, so here is where the last creeks on the way up. This is just a creek, I should say, that feeds into. There's the Still out there where you saw that one runoff. And that's where it's being fed. So, oh, people.
In there because there's still snow.
Yeah.
You know.
I haven't been up here since summertime.
Oh,
so.
awesome. It's beautiful.
A lot more snow right now.
Is there?
Yeah, definitely.
Good, awesome.
Not the ground or anything, but
Yeah.
on
We can touch it.
Nice, you can touch the snow. They said they can touch the snow. Well, I thought I had my camera facing the right way, but clearly I did not. So, there's snow up there. So I'm definitely ill-prepared. Oh well, such is life. There's always signs from the winter storms, new trees downed. Look like a fairly fresh root ball. This looks like a fairly recent, no, that's probably last season. There are a couple of rough spots in the trail. No trail maintenance over the winter time. I would say it's not really vital. It's still in good condition, but I think you're going to start seeing more and more people come out here. So people are usually shitheads and don't treat the trails real good. So we'll see how it holds up over the next couple seasons. There is a new tree that has come down. Oh, the second, I guess it's cut up, tossed over there. Minor obstacle. First big glimpse since being walking the trail. See the waterfall in the distance there. I'll be able to see that a lot better once we get over the little ridge here. There is the tree that Work Knife Balance was going to attempt to traverse when I was out here with him. You to fall, but I also kind of want you to fall. But I'd rather you didn't fall.
I mean, I could scoot across on my butt.
Just butt scoot. It's just him butt scooting across a log for 25 minutes.
This is gonna be my senior picture. Hey.
Oh, that's definitely a good one.
Now I gotta get down.
And that's up there where he went all spider monkey on me. Started climbing up that way. I would say this is the first time I have really heard water running through here. In the summertime, it's pretty dry. So, we're just right around the corner. That creek is definitely much louder than it typically is, so yeah, that shouldn't surprise me if it was loud over there. I'll have to go back and compare sometime with my other videos, which means I won't, but yes. Very close. You know, I said they didn't do any trail maintenance, and maybe not to the actual trail, but they definitely cut back the foliage along the route, along the path, which is nice. But yeah, you can see kind of fresh cuts on quite a few places. So that's nice. So people have been up here. The Department of Forestries. What's it called? Ooh. Is there a crime at foot? Someone had to bandage themselves. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to toss this right there, off trail. I have to start doing some sleuthing. Yeah, like you can see fresh cuts on a lot of this stuff. So that's what I was talking about. Like clearly they pruned this all up. So they brought this rock in. How do they bring that in? That's what I'm interested in. Do they fly it in? I mean, I guess it's possible. That seems awfully involved to helicopter in, and then it's got to be carted out here somehow. I mean, same when they build all this shit, right? I've never really thought about that. Like, what do they do to actually bring all the lumber and all the crushed rock up here? Right? Huh. Never gave that too much thought. If someone knows how they, like, what the process is, I'd like to know, because, like I said, I never gave too much thought into it. But we are coming right up on it. Some people coming up the trail. But, here we go. Rude people. Anywho, got no time for rude people like that. I just said hi and they just went, like, scoffed at me. I don't care. Just about there. Still gorgeous back behind me too, but this is where most of the scenery is. Yeah, lots of snow melting off. Lots of waterfalls coming down the face of the mountain here. And yeah, I know at least the last couple times I've been up here, there hasn't been any water actively running through here like there is now. So yeah, definitely cannot come out here without paying attention to all the signage. And you know, it's funny to joke around, but people have lost their life out here. I think I've linked to the story in my past videos, but yeah, back, I believe it was like 98 or 99, not too far out of high school from me. Some people, when I was younger, you could go inside the ice caves and play around. And that's, you know, my first memories of all this. And then they started collapsing a little bit more and a little bit more. Some people were injured, and then some people ultimately got trapped and killed. And now it's really forbidden to go in there when you can even access it. People still do. You know, people are dum-dums. My ass ain't gonna get in there. Despite what people think, I have not been in there as of late. Shut up, Patina. Shut up, Arsheer. You guys know who you are. Definition of nice people right there. Talk to them just for a second. They drove all the way up here from Seattle. This is their first time out here, so they were nice. But here it is, folks. So, you cannot see the opening at this time. See, I've zoomed in right there. Right there. This will open about that much these days. Right there. That's all. And then that is a cave. Back through there. This goes through. And it goes in quite a ways. But the opening these days is just... like, it looks like you kind of have to do a belly crawl to get in there. At its most. Or at the even peak summer. This is always here. This never fully melts off right here. Like I said, the opening will get a little bit bigger. But this glacier right here will never completely melt off. It's here all year round. All right, so time check, 19:11:34. So what's that? About 40 minutes. And again, I dabbled more. I think the fastest I've done it is like 25 minutes. So it's doable.
Oh shoot.
We're pretty much at the end of the trail here. Some people do go up over that little ridgeway, but then I mean, you're scrambling at that point. So no need for me to go up there. But yeah, this is the payoff here. There's those waterfalls that we were talking about. There's the moon. That's facing east, and I haven't been able to make it up here for a sunrise, but I can only imagine that the sunrise on the right day is just gorgeous coming through here. I've made it like an hour past sunrise, and it was gorgeous. But yeah, so yep, down there is where the opening it's really just barely down in there. I'll try to find I've been out here before and shown you guys, but yeah, this is it. So they're saying you can go touch the snow. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. There's a sign somewhere along here that says don't go out there, and I have got out there. You know what? That rock right there. I zoomed in too far. Now I can't see it. Where'd it go? In between the two trees. That rock right there is where I left a BeUp token from Joe Isabella before, and some stickers. Nothing ever became of it. I wrote a little note on the stickers. Nothing ever became of it. No one ever contacted me or mentioned anything in the video, so who knows? It's true fate, but hopefully someone didn't just throw it away, you know? But that's the risk you take. Shout out Joe Isabella, by the way. So I think I am going to I might actually walk down out there, maybe unsheath the tactical roach clip, get my mind right before I head back down. So yeah, well, I came down off trail just for a little bit, made a little members only video. Maybe you have already watched that if you remember, or maybe you'll become a member and watch it. A little perk, I suppose, if there are many. Yeah, I would say it's probably about 60 degrees, so I'm not ill-prepared. T-shirt and shorts are going to be just fine, as long as I get back before it gets too late, obviously. Sundown hits, and it'll drop down into the 30s overnight for sure. It does back home anyway. It gets to about 38 right now, so it's still chilly at night, and I don't want to be in T-shirts and shorts out here. But I'll probably make it back to the truck right as the sun is setting. Maybe get some good shots over the little walkway, reflective pond area there. So, yeah. But even without the little video that I made, just sat and chilled out for a little bit. It was nice to get some. Was there a Skeeter on my glasses? There is. Get off me, Skeeter. Get a little bit of a break from the day in and day out. Some quiet reset time out here, even if it is for 20 minutes or so at a time. It's a good, nice reset. So, one big complaint that I have right now is you guys have on the live streams probably heard me talk about all the dental surgery I've been having as of late. 3 weeks in a row I've had some dental surgery, and mostly healed up. Was at about a 0 on the pain tolerance. Got up here, and the 2-3 spots I've had surgery up in my chompers are throbbing. So yeah, they're not fully healed yet, but for whatever reason, whether it's I got my heart rate going pretty good up here. I did break out in a pretty good sweat, which felt great. And I mean, I think I'm only at like 900 feet elevation is all. It's not bad. So I don't know. Yeah, upper left and back right are throbbing big time. Anyway, gonna make my way back down. It is gorgeous. Work Knife Balance can attest to. Steve Clare can attest to. Those are the two most recent people that I know that know this area that you guys would know. As always, picture and video don't do it justice. I hope it does it some justice. But, yeah. And this is a little bit more than 15 minutes down the road. This is about an hour drive for me from home. You know, so to come out here, you're talking a minimum 3-hour commitment. 4-hour commitment, really, with the 1 hour drive here, 1 hour drive back, hour up, hour down, a little bit of time to lollygag. And I am about an hour north of Seattle. So if anyone happens to watch this because they're looking at the area, you stumble across this. I've never really tapped into the people looking for, you know, North Cascade day hikes or anything. It's mainly just the people that already subscribe to the channel. But I would say if you wanted to come out here, it's a very, very, very easy hike up here. You do need a day pass to be in compliance, which I have a annual pass, so I don't have to pay each time. But you should not be skimping. You should be paying up, you cheap bastards. But you're going to drive at least an hour north of Seattle and then another hour northeast from there to hit the Mountain Loop Highway. You know, so depending on where you're coming from, this is a full day trek. Like I said, for me, 4 hours. You know, so I was able to work today. Put in a full day work Monday, full day, and then come out here after work. So I'm not bragging, but that's how convenient it is for me to come out here. So that's why I like coming out here. That's the coolest, closest thing to me, I would say. The trail is animal friendly, pet friendly. So if you got a dog that you want to bring out here, or I have seen piles of horse shit out here before. Just saying, and it wasn't Satisfaction. Like actual piles of horse crap. So people have obviously brought their horses up here. But you see people with dogs, families. I've seen kids as small as being carried in a little backpack holster sling thing to, you know, as early as they can be walking to come out here. So as long as your kids are up for it, it is a good family thing to do. As I have stated, I'm very repetitive. I do know that about myself. I gotta switch arms. This tripod is getting a little heavy. I will say I do enjoy walking with a hiking stick. So once again, shout out to P&W Funworks. Ye shall not pass. And my staff. Lord Reginald Bathwater. But what was I saying? Okay, maybe I got my mind too right out there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, I was saying families can come out here, and that's where once upon a time, God, you guys but yeah, as a kid, this is where I would come out. I would have had to have been probably 7 years old the first time I ever came out here. I'm from this neck of the woods, literally. This is where I've spent most of my life out here. Didn't come out here for quite some time. There probably went a good 10 years before I really ventured out back onto the mountain loop for whatever reason. That's, you know, the mountain loop area And I will have probably flashed a picture of it or something, but so many cool spots out here all through high school. I mean, it was the party spots. You know, we wouldn't go to house parties. We'd go to big bonfire parties out in the mountains. All the debaucheries out in this way. But then also came out here for Cub Scouts as a little one. And then, yeah, just didn't come out here for very long. Out here. She just hasn't made it. It really is a nice, cool area. And yeah, something as simple as just making a little walk up and looking at the side of a mountain that's got some snow covering up a cave that you can't go into. You know, just out and about in nature is something fun to do, whether you are doing it solo or it's always fun with a hiking buddy. Didn't get to take advantage of being so close with work knife balance while I was out here. We only went on 2 hikes, and they weren't anything major. Timing, you know, it's all about timing. Speaking of timing and speaking of work knife balance, today is Cinco de Mayo. I have not talked to him in the last couple days, but it's very possible by the time this posts that work knife balance will be celebrating baby number 3. He promised me if they were able to hold out 2 more weeks, it would be to my birthday, and it was born on my birthday. You promised, Stephen. Where am I? Dead camera. You promised, Stephen. If his little girl made it to my birth date to be born, that they would name her Stevie. I don't think it's going to happen, though. So, but shout out to Work Knife Balance. Came out here with him one time. There was still snow all about. And then I went on the hike out to the old mine shaft with Work Knife Balance and Ethan Ruins EDC. I doubt Ethan will watch this, but I hadn't talked to Ethan since he moved back to Florida from living out here. Not very much anyway. So I sent him a text the other day. I was like, hey, what's up, dude? How's Florida treating you, Ethan? And Ethan replied back, really good. How about you? Literally, I took that as, how's Florida treating you? So I responded, I'll just flash it up on the screen. I don't want to misquote myself. I'll just flash it up. But Ethan, I miss him not getting my jokes, me cracking wise, and him not laughing at anything. Shout out Ethan Ruins EDC. Miss you, Ethan. Kinda. But definitely having a hiking buddy is always cool. But then also just getting out by yourself, depending on how comfortable you are with it. I really enjoy doing this stuff solo too. I always like company, but yeah, it's fun coming out here and just being solo, running into a handful of people, knowing that in this huge area there's just, I've been out here when I haven't ran into anybody. You know, some of those bigger hikes that I've done, some on the Ramblins, like up to Thunder Knob and stuff, I went 8 hours without running into anybody, seeing anybody out on that mountain. You know, that's nice. It gets a little freaky. In my last Ramblins, all right, so the Ramblin I just posted over this past weekend, depending on when you're watching it. I said I was going to stay and hang out and check out the stars. Yeah. Let's see. How do I put... So I ended up getting a little spooked where I was at. Not because I saw anything. I just started to get a really uneasy feeling. Can't quite explain it. You just kind of feel something could be off. And at that point, I don't like to fuck around and find out. So I bounced. And I had recorded some stuff, and I'd been talking to my good sister, Patina Turner. And actually, surprisingly enough, had reception where I was, and ended up having a video conference with Patina for a little while. Drove back actually to the Honey Bucket later that night, about an hour and a half later. And that's when I really started to pay attention to the sky. And maybe I'll talk about it on the live stream, whatever live stream is next following. Someone remind me. I wasn't able to really capture anything on camera. That's the thing, is sometimes shit just doesn't show up. Also, and this sounds so cliche, I deleted the evidence. On my way up here when I started recording, it said memory low. So I had to dump some videos to make, because this will probably end up being like an hour. So I had to make room on my phone. It wouldn't have mattered. You wouldn't have been able to see. Cletus saw some of it. Patina definitely saw some of it live where I was at. And it's just stuff that makes you go, I want to believe. I believe the truth. I believe the truth is out there. Or I want to believe. But I saw some questionable orbs, as it were. So, man, I really did get my mind right before I left. Oh, now I'm truly rambling. Uh-oh. Whoopsies. All right, so it says I only have 4 minutes of video left. So, literally just going to make a beeline. I need to shut up and collect my thoughts anyway. So, I'll see you guys back down at the bottom. Almost back. Sun is setting. So had it been a little bit earlier in the day, I would probably go back that way and take the extra, I don't know, it's about a half-mile walk out of the way. But I want to spend a little bit of time photography-wise with the sunset, see if I can find anything cool. I only got a couple minutes worth of video left, so don't know. Probably see you back. Is them swamp lilies? I don't know why, but that's what I think of. If there was something called the swamp lily, would be those, right? Is that really a thing? Did I just make that up? What are these things called? Anybody? Anybody? You hear them frogs? Them ain't cicadas. Them are frogs. Ain't no cicadas around here. So peaceful amongst the frogs. I still want to go. I don't know how they'd be able to survive, but for the first time, I swear, saw a fish jump. I wouldn't think that this little murky pond is sustainable with any sort of fish in there. That wouldn't be plucked out and made food of immediately. So, anywho. Alright, this will be the last you see of it until the next time I come out. Heading back to the truck. Oh man. I hope I get it. There's definitely some sort of an avalanche or something. That was definitely the sound of rocks sliding down the side of the mountain. Everything got really quiet. Damn it. I wish I would have recorded that. Have I awoken, Billy? Is the final boss woke? Uh-oh. Final minute of video. Saved for the little walk back to the truck. There's the tundra. So, now comes the daunting task of editing all this together, which I hate doing and it sucks. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in, following along with me. I bid you mofos, or deuces, bye-bye.